Well, it's day 83. We're heading back into sort of the wood-ish kind of stuff. We stayed at the Quality Inn right up here, and we walked back down the road, and now we're going up into this little area, and we'll be heading back down through Harpers Ferry shortly. Well, we've got a Blue Blaze side trail right here that we could go over to the ATC Center. But we've been and we checked in. We've had our picture made, so we're going to continue right along. We're on the other side of town now than what we walked through yesterday. And we got the river out to our right. I hear trains coming and going, so the train tracks are down there somewhere. So that's the Shenandoah River over here to the right that you can't really see through the trees. But we'll see it again here in a minute. And then we'll be soon joining the Potomac River when we get down here to the bottom corner of town. And I'll certainly get the camera out for that. Well, we got some on-trail wildlife this morning. There's another eastern box turtle. Good morning to you. How you doing? That's the second one of those that we've seen. We'll see a whole bunch of turtles when we go to the canal today too. Not this kind, but some kind. But anyway, I'm gonna walk around, hit this guy, and head on up the trail here. All right, so this is Jefferson Rock. And there's a quotation. I'll have to look it up. I'll try to type it in and get it put in. Oh, we got, okay, Hawkeye says there's a sign right here, so I can probably actually just take a picture of that and plop it in here. But Jefferson was known to have come here to see the Shenandoah and Potomac rivers come together. You can't really see a whole lot down here. I'm not gonna go all the way down. But there's the Shenandoah River. And I think we get the Potomac right down here to our left, coming in around those rail bridges over here that you can barely see. So as we walk down through there, I'll show you that. I'll walk over here to the sign and let you look at the sign here. And you can pause the video to read it if you want to. I'll try to get a good, clear, still view of it so that you could pause that video. But here we go. All right, here's the marker for Jefferson Rock. Well, continuing on down here, we've got the ruins of some sort of a building, and there's a sign, so I'll stop at it. I know that we're going to be passing a really historic church building down here just in a little ways. We'll be walking right past it. But I can't remember now what this building is, but as I said, there's a marker right up here. Really historic town. St. John's Episcopal Church, it says. Let me zoom in and you can pause if you'd like to. And I'm just going to keep you here because I think our church is right down here. Actually, there's someone coming, so I'll catch you up in a second. Coming up on the church now. Looks like they're doing some construction work down here. I want to pay attention because I'm going downstairs. They're not evenly spaced. But I believe our trail goes, yeah, there's a marker. Trail goes right down through here, but I wanted you to see this church because it's really neat. I wonder if this is the new version of the one that has gone away back there. But really nice. And there's the bridges going into the tunnel through the edge of that mountain. We'll be crossing over somewhere down here. I don't know. I think that one of the bridges that we have used before has fallen in. So we'll see what that looks like when we get to it. All right, so this is the historic part of Harpers Ferry that we've come to down here. We came most of the way down here yesterday. I think we must have turned right there. Here's a little bit about the Appalachian Trail. You are here, up there in the upper right-hand corner, about halfway. And we're going to follow forward. Our trail goes right here beside of this building right here. Well, this is the armory that was overtaken by John Brown, I think it was. It was a 36-hour siege. He was an abolitionist, and he got his clock cleaned by General Robert E. Lee. And I was listening to a podcast yesterday about Harpers Ferry and about this building here. It's actually not on its original foundation. I don't remember now where exactly it was moved from, but I know that it was displayed, I think, at a World's Fair in Chicago or something. So it was taken down brick by brick and they brought it back here, and they erected the building back, but not where it used to be. But anyway, we're gonna head on across. Here's another sign for you. And then there's another sign right over here that we'll maybe see. But I believe we head out this way and we'll see the rivers coming together. Well, here we are. You are here. Over here, Potomac River. There's a tunnel going through the rock right there for the railway. And then over here on this side, we have the Shenandoah River. And this is where the two meet and join together and become the Potomac from here onto the ocean. Well, walking across the Potomac River right here, we got rail tracks right beside of us. And up here, you're gonna see the tunnel going through the corner of this rock. We won't be going through that. I think we go around it, pretty sure. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we drop down and go down the side of it. And eventually we're gonna pick up a canal and walk about 2 or 3 miles on absolutely flat ground before we start hang on the left and go up into the woods again. I think we've got about a 1,000-foot climb once we go back in the woods. And then after that, we're ridge walking for the rest of the day. So it should be a good day, and I'm looking forward to it. So if I can get you a good view of the tunnel up here. I think I have to get closer. Well, we're coming to the end of the bridge right here. And wow, that's imposing. This humongous rock right here. And then there's the tunnel that goes through there. It says built in 1931. Going through there, and our trail goes down the stairs right here, and then it's going to follow this little gravel path for a while. So we're going to walk and step out for a bit, and we'll check with you up the way. Well, here's a nice view of the Potomac. Really rushing right down through here. The water's moving fast. So these are the newly blended waters of the Potomac and the Shenandoah. And this is going to be our trail for the next mile or two. I was hearing this rushing water right here, so I stopped, and thankfully I was able to get a good view of that right there. Beautiful day today. It's not going to be too hot. It's maybe going to rain tonight a little bit. We got rain off and on all week. But thankfully, we got rain and 60 or 70 degrees instead of 30 degrees. So hopefully it won't be too big of a deal. Well, I was just walking ahead and saw this structure, and I looked up, and there's a bridge, big bridge, going across the river here. I knew it was there, I just wasn't paying attention carefully. It's really beautiful. It's marble that they, I don't know how old this bridge is. I've got to believe it's quite old. Not Revolutionary War, obviously, but older. And it's just marvelous that we can build that sort of a thing, and that we had the technology when it was built. Somebody lost their shoes. Those are Columbia's, they're nice. I don't know why they're sitting here on this bench. That seems a really odd thing. It's a nice pair of ladies' boots, nice bench. So we've come to the place where the trail hooks are left, and we're gonna cross the railroad tracks over here, and we'll start going uphill for a bit. I don't understand this. When we were here in 2019, there was trash at the same place. And I don't know why people would bring trash down here and just throw it. I guess they came down here and partied and drank or whatever, but for goodness sakes, take your stuff out. I'm gonna say that's a hiker because there's peanut butter. And well, I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, here's our trail marker. And we're gonna hang a left right here, go through the gates, across the railroad tracks, and we'll start our little bit of a climb today. But this is kind of cool. We're wandering under this bridge. I don't know what road it is. I can look it up in the guide, but really kind of neat. Here's Hawkeye. Morning, bud. We're finally back out in the woods now. We've left that canalway, and we're out back in the woods and starting to deal with steps and rocks, which is kind of new to us. I didn't miss that, but we'll be good. We'll see you up the trail. All right, flower people. I don't know what these are, but they're pretty. They're not very big. They're about 1 inch across, the flowers are. And quite a few of them growing right here by the trail. We're doing our little bit of an up now. It's been fairly gradual. We just stopped and had our snack. It's a little after 11, I think. I hadn't looked at my watch. Maybe 11:30. But we've had some day hikers that say we'll have a view at the top, so that'll be nice. I can see the river over there too, a little bit through the trees. So we'll keep plodding along and I'll show you what we see. We've made it to the top of that little climb, I believe. And for the last little bit, the trail has been 6 feet wide and pretty flat, gentle up, gentle down, good walking trail. And we're gonna plow on forward and hope that the trail stays like this for the rest of the day. I don't know if it will or not, probably not, but we'll take what we got while we got it, because it does make for some easy walking. Just talked to Bullfrog for a while. That was kind of cool. We finally lost service, probably on my end, but it's good to talk to him. We try to chat fairly frequently, and we actually have for the last several years. So it's good to see them a few weeks ago. But anyway, I'm going to head on up the trail, see if I can catch up to Hawkeye. He got ahead of me on the uphill, which he normally does. And usually I'll walk him down on the flat and gentle terrain. So I'll see if I can catch up to him, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Well, we're pulling off the trail just to pop into this shelter and sit for a minute. And I remember being here before. We didn't stay at it, but we stopped and had a lunch break here. Really nice area. There's a spring down there. I think it's really far down the hill. I think it's 0.4. Food box privy, tent sites everywhere, and beautiful area. Well, still plowing along through here, and I think we're making decent time. The trail's pretty good. A little rocky, but most of the rocks are flat. It's just that it rained this weekend, and they're wet and slippery. So you kind of got to be careful where you're putting your feet. But we're heading towards Gathland State Park. I'll tell you about that when we get there. Should be up here a mile or so, maybe. And we can refill our water bottles there. So that'll be good. So anyway, I'll show you that up the trail, but I just wanted to show you this little part right here. We're just kind of gently going up to the ridge line, and we should have a fairly decent afternoon's hike. We've come down to Gathland State Park. I think this is Gath's tomb. He's not there. I'll have to go back and look up the story. I should have done that last night. That was dumb because I was in town. But anyway, he had this area, built the tomb, and he wound up moving. I sort of think he died a pauper's death, and his body was never brought back here to be placed in this tomb. I may walk around. The trail goes down the other way. There goes Hawkeye down there. And I'll show it to you from the other side. So yeah, because I was not going to walk all the way back up here, but it looks like we cut across this parking lot. So I'll shoot it from the other angle too. But anyway, we'll find out more about him. There's some signs down here in the parking area that we'll look up. Well, here's one of the signs that's here at Gathland State Park. You can freeze on that and give it a look here if you'd like to. And then burial plot and mausoleum built in 1895 by Gath. We'll walk up there, it's not far. Yeah. Oh, somebody was hollering, but I think it was, tree cutters. So we'll go up here to the mausoleum and show you that. I don't know whether they're pruning or what. I haven't turned around down there to see, but I just heard something go crash. But the Townsend Mausoleum is here. Somebody has done weed eating right here. I know that, or mowing. Okay. All right, so there's Gath's tomb. Good night, Gath. And can't really see in very well because it's dark in there. The sun's not shining this way, but not a whole lot in there. But we do have a sign, so I'll let you look at this. Okay, so I'm going to wander on down. There's a bathroom and a water spigot that I'm going to make use of, and we'll pick you up in a little while later. Well, here's some of the sights at Gathland State Park. We came in from up that way, and then here is one of the buildings. I'm not sure, but I think that's a museum now, but I'm not sure that it's open. And we've got another building over here. I don't remember now what this is, but I'm sure there's signage somewhere. I see some down here. We'll give that a look. And this is the War Correspondence Memorial. I'll get a closer head-on look at that in a minute too. As we cross the road, we're going to cross the road and go up past this old church up here. And I'll pop in and let you look at each one of these signs in turn. So pause fast and read if you'd like to. And I'll come back and read these later. All right, so that's all the signs that are here. There's the welcome sign to Gathland State Park. And we'll go cross over here. Hawkeye's parked at this pavilion for a minute, so I may sit down for a second, I may not. We'll head on up the trail. All right, so there's the War Correspondence Monument. There's names and things like that along the back side of it, if I remember correctly. Kind of a neat little thing, just paying homage to people who covered wars from throughout the years. And it's right here adjacent to Gathland State Park. So I'm going to cross the road and sit for a minute, and we'll see you shortly. Well, here's a few more markers that talk about some of these folks, and I think that this George A. Townsend probably was Gath. I think Gath was his pseudonym. I could be wrong about that. I'll verify that when we get some service. Battle for Compton's Gap. And then here's a marker about the Antietam campaign. And we had planned to go there, but it didn't work out. We've been before. But anyway, there's another couple historical markers, and then here's another angle of the War Correspondence Memorial. Well, still wandering down the trail, and we've come to a big rock that you can kind of overlook the valley here. So we'll go overlook for just a second. Very nice. It's kind of a hazy day today, but this would be a really nice view if it were completely sunny, but we've still got nice views of the mountains back here. And we're making good progress. We'll be where we're headed probably within the hour and 20 minutes or so. It's about 3:20 now, so we should be pretty close. We were just coming up the trail and ran into some other hikers who thought they had seen a bear, so we kind of all walked together just for a little bit, and we stepped on out in front of them because we're away from where they thought they saw it now, but we'll keep our eyes peeled. I figure we'll see some before we're done, and hopefully they won't scare us to death, and all will be well. Well, just out of the woods, underneath some power lines. I don't know if you can hear them crackling and buzzing, but that's pretty impressive. Just thought I'd share. We're gonna head back down in the woods, and we're about a mile from the camping area where we're hoping to be tonight, I think. So I'll show you that when we get there. It'll be just a little bit. Well, I've always loved fences like these. They look old. This is where we came from. We're up here at a trailhead right now. I hear a car coming behind me. And this is actually a Civil War site. And I'll come over here and we'll look and see what's going on. So the Maryland campaign. So we've got Fox's Gap, I think, is this area. Here's the first marker. And we'll go over here to the other one. And here's a marker. Brigadier General Samuel Garland of Lynchburg, mortally wounded while leading his men near this spot. And Wise's Field. There's some stuff up here. I'll keep going up here a little bit and see what we see. There's a North Carolina South Mountain Monument, but I don't know what that is or how far it is. The General Garland Trail's out that way somewhere. Probably won't go over to the others, but I do want to go over to this and see what's here. I don't know if this is just a monument or if this is yeah, it's just a monument. Major General Jesse Lee, Ring, commanding 9th Army, was killed in battle here. So an interesting little spot right here on our trail journey today. We're probably less than a mile or so from where we're heading, so we're going to go on up the trail, and I'll show you the campsite when we get there if there's nothing more interesting before that. Well, good day at the end of day 93. This is Dahlgreen Backpack Campground. We're all set up here for the night, and we'll get up and go tomorrow for about 18 or so miles. A couple of things to see tomorrow. I think we get Washington Monument State Park tomorrow morning, and that'll be kind of a neat thing because most people don't realize there was an original Washington Monument that's not the obelisk that's in DC. So we'll show you that tomorrow. But anyway, we appreciate you joining us today. Check back with us tomorrow, and we'll see you in the morning.